Hello everybody, it's just Mark again. I'm just doing a really short video on some tripod tips that I've picked up over the few years. This is the second time I've done the introduction. The first one was utter crap. I might put a bloopers reel at the back of this video. So yeah, it's just a short one about just a couple of tripod tips. I mean, the tips work for me. They may not work for you. But yes, hope you like it. The main reason I did the video, really. I'll just show you. If I've got a camera on here, so I put the arc of sways, put the camera. I always have the lens coming off that way above the clamp switch here. So when I put my camera on, I always put the lens going that way over this. The reason for that is if you've got your eye to the eyepiece and then you're messing about with these, that's fine. If you had this the other way, then there's always a chance you could undo that. But if you put your hand round here and you're under the lens, you know you're not doing the right one. So yeah, that one always goes, for me, that one always goes under the lens. And then you know you're never going to loosen it by mistake when you've got your eye to the eyepiece and you're messing about with these. Yeah. Another tip is always work from the top tube down regarding height. So don't open these to get the height. Use the top one there, because as you can see, as you go down, the tube gets narrower and narrower, and it's same with the Albert. So it's quite thick here, the next section gets narrower, and then the next section gets even narrower. So if you want height with your tripod, start from the top and work your way down till you get the height that you required. Next thing is feet. I'm just going to show you the feet on the Brian. The standard rubber. So as you can see there, the standard rubber feet. With the three-legged things, these can come off and you can replace them with other feet. They have different ones which are metal. I've got two other different ones to go with these. I've got what they call the claw ones for three-legged things, which is a piece of metal that's got ridges all the way around it, and you use that for probably rocky ground. I will pop them on as well and show you. The other ones I've got are the spike ones, which is you screw the spike ones in and it is a long spike which probably comes out to about there, and that's for one where you're putting it in soft ground or in sand. If you don't want to go to the expense of that, what I would do is use CDs. So what I mean by that is when you're going onto soft ground or sand or wet sand, just put 3 CDs down and then rest your feet on top of that, and it will stop the leg from sinking a little bit. Put you back on me for a bit. When I first go to a location, I don't get my camera out of the bag. No, sorry, I don't get all my gear out. What I do is get my camera out of my bag, and then I will walk around with my camera looking for compositions. Once I've found a composition, then I will get my tripod off. The reason I don't get my tripod out straight away is because if you put your camera on it, you have to walk around with your camera on your tripod, and I don't like that idea. So once you've found your composition, you know what sort of height you need to be to get that composition. Then I bring the tripod out and set the tripod to that height and put my camera on it. Yeah, just something I've always done. A lot of people use the phones, so they'll use the phones to get the composition, which gives them an idea of what height they need to be, and then they'll get the camera out and then they'll get the tripod out. One other thing as well, and this is going to be the last thing on tripods. With tripods you can get different angles, so I'll show you. I'll just pop you around the other way. So with a three-legged thing on the Brian, it's got like a little clip here which you pull, which you push down and up, and what it does, it alters the angle of the lens, angle of the leg. So this one's set at its highest angle, and then it comes out and out. What I would recommend doing is, if you're in a location and you've got the room to be able to do it, I would set the angles at the biggest angle you can get, because it makes it more sturdy. So I'll just show you quickly on this one. One moment, it's difficult doing it with one hand. So if you look at that one now, how the angles are them. The reason I do it this way is because it's a lot sturdier. Yeah, it's a lot more sturdier. I mean, obviously you might not have space to do that on location wherever you are, then you just do what you can. But if you've got the option, try and make them as high angle as you can, especially if it's windy. If it's windy, then and you know you're getting your camera, if that's the right height for that shot, then get it as low as you can. Also, this column here, this one here, I would recommend, if you can, putting that down wherever possible, even if you're at the high angle like this one here, the Albert, that's at the highest angle wise. I would put it down as you can. I mean, you can see the difference with, if you look there, this centre column on the Albert has got 3, the centre column on the Brian has got 2, so the height, I think the height on the Albert will be quite a bit bigger. And so yeah, so that's my tripods. So 3-legged thing, Albert, 3-legged thing, Brian. Yeah, so thank you for listening. I'm in the conservatory and it's absolutely boiling. So yeah, I'll just tell you what I've been using to film it. I've using the DJI Pocket with the Polar Pro grip system and the mobile phone attached to it. I'm shooting everything in manual on the Pocket, and I've also got the Joby Wavo microphone plugged into it as well, using the DJI adapter. So we'll see how the sound is. So yeah, thank you. Oh, please do hit the like button, and let me get this right, hit the subscribe button. Thank you. Anything special, you can buy them pretty cheap off Amazon and things like that, not under the name of Rotolight, but this is just handy to use for, you know, a little bit of lighting at the back, or again as a selfie stick, but it's not that big. Yeah, just having a quick look in the notes. Okay, yeah, so when you get to, difficult to do with one hand. No, I can't do it with one hand.